we still have Army of the Dead to talk about, the new
That's right.
Zack Snyder film.
Snyder again. He's back.
Yeah, Justice League and Army of the Dead, Justice League the Snyder cut, and Army of the Dead on the same
Mhm.
year.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
What a year! And Army of the Dead, uh, it's long for a
Yeah.
movie like this, but I think it's entertaining enough where I'm like, okay, that was pretty good, and it feels like a step in the right direction as Zack Snyder's kind of getting his footing back after taking some time away from movies after some family issues. How did you
Mhm.
feel about Army of the Dead though? Did you like it?
Yeah, I was like pleasantly surprised with how watchable it was. Not connected to Snyder's first directorial effort, the Dawn of the Dead remake from the early 2000s, but seemingly the start of a new franchise for Zack Snyder
Mhm.
and his wife as well, who is a co-producer. Netflix has a spin-off show in the works, already shot a prequel show, as well as anime coming. So seems to be a new ground for Zack here as he leaves DC behind. But I was surprised with how entertained I was. I completely agree; it's way too long, and I think if we cut out a few of those B plots, it would actually have been a much more tight. Uh, and I definitely think that the movie, partially due to the length and like the excess fat, seems to fizzle out a little bit as it concludes. But I really appreciate the beginning. I think it's really fun the first like hour or so.
Yeah, what did you even think about the first like 10 minutes? How it like kind of sets up this whole like zombie apocalypse in Vegas type thing, including the title credits. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, so I think that montage you could argue is probably the best thing about the movie, right? So this Viva the Las Vegas montage as you watch the fall of Vegas in a certain sense before it's like cordoned off, and you see a lot of the characters, their past lives becoming their current lives, and obviously you get that Snyder slow motion as a result, but it also harkens
Yeah.
back to the Watchmen opening montage, which is also widely celebrated, and I think that's really fun. And then it kind of leads into like again the game together. Uh, vibe arc to start off the movie. But yeah, I thought it was effective in terms of setting up the world, as it were. It's
hmm
zombies. It's not too complicated.
Yeah. I thought it was a really effective setup, in terms of, the military envoy being uh, falling over or getting in an accident, and then everything that came with that. And then obviously the montage is great. It does have I think it takes a little long in terms of like the getting the team together type thing, but um, I like how pretty quickly it's like there's what you're following like I think 11 people or something like that in this group, and it gives only certain people like time, and the other ones are like, this guy is the best at this, so they're coming along. Or like even once they get to the camp, they're like, we're gonna need this person as well. She's the only one that can get us through there. So I thought that was done okay. The thing is, I don't really know if I buy Dave Bautista in like the heartfelt moments. Like him stuff with him and his daughter kind of fell flat for me. I just don't think he
I
has
agree.
that range. But Dave Bautista, action star, totally there for it. Like he's just this huge dude who's like built to fuck shit up. So I was down with that.
Yeah, some of
Um,
those B plots with the family, I think, were the my I was least interested in those in terms of the melodrama sort of regarding Batista's family. I agree. It was probably the weaker stuff, and definitely not to his strength.
yeah, and his daughter's whole thing about like wanting to save that like one specific family also was a little bit like don't really care so much about this, but okay. Um, did you miss Chris Leah's presence in this?
Uh, I did not miss it. Obviously, he was completely replaced by Tig Notaro, and there's a
Yeah.
wonderful article on Vulture about how that was actually done in terms of Tig
Mhm.
showing up at the end of production and shooting stand-ins, and how they had to basically have her like walk, but not walk too fast in terms of replacing her in like the background and stuff, and superimposing him over Dalia's body that actually did the shooting. So very interesting story there. But I thought Tig Notaro was quite pleasant as this like helicopter
Yeah,
pilot character, considering she's not really much of a a dramatic actor. So I liked her a lot. I thought she was pretty good.
I was really impressed actually with how they were able to like do this because I think it was last August. Yeah, it was last
Yeah, the
August
movie
that
was done when
Signatera
they
was
made the
announced.
decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like there's maybe a couple of moments when you could like notice some seams on that, but mostly done really well. And yeah, I thought Signatera was like a nice presence to the movie. Definitely a different character from the rest of the energy of the movie. And I think in terms of like the side characters outside of Dave Bautista, um, I really liked who was the code cracker guy? Was that
Mo-
Matthias? Yeah, Matthias
Schwe-
Schweichhofer. I really
Yeah,
liked him.
he's going to be a key focus of the prequel.
Yeah, which I think is great. He brought obviously a very distinct energy and very like lovable character in general, especially the way that him and um, Vandero, who was played by Omari Hardwick, I thought they had like a nice like back and forth going between them. Um, did you have any other like side characters that stood out to you or supporting people that
Yeah,
you
I think
liked?
those are the key ones there. I also liked Raul Castillo's character as like a YouTube star for killing zombies. Like
Yeah.
he was pretty fun. Um, there's a lot of beats where like you see a character's death coming way before it actually
Yeah.
happens. There's a lot of characters, so you can tell a lot of people are not long for the world, as it were.
Hmm.
But I also like the blonde woman who was like the coyote of sorts, like sneaking people in and out and stuff. I liked her energy. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, I thought in general it's just kind of fun, just watching people shoot
Yeah.
the zombies. Uh, there's like I guess more like meat on like the zombie culture bone in terms of like there's like this like greater hierarchy of like zombies that have sex, and it's like, huh, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure we're getting a lot more of like the science fiction of it all in the future works, but and like
Do we need
it's
that?
I mean, we don't need it, but like I think Army of the Dead is successful because like the high concept like focus stuff being a heist film with zombies, that stuff largely works, and that's why I think the movie overall it succeeds. But yeah, there's tons of like things we could have excised from this, but that's how Zack Snyder is. He does not. We don't come to him for nuance, and in this case, we got the full Snyder cut the first time around, so it's a long movie. You
Yeah,
can't
you
complain now.
never.
This is what everyone wanted, right?
Yeah, you're never getting lean with Zack Snyder. It's always fatty. I thought it was a fun but kind of weird quirk that there's like this queen and this king zombie. Also that like zombies can reproduce. I don't need to know how that works. Just I'll buy it. Don't give me the science, I guess. But overall, this was fun, and it's nice to see Zack Snyder, making something that feels like a win for him, and I think a win for Netflix. Like this is definitely one of the better Netflix movies that we've reviewed. So, not including the like very auteur driven ones like Roma or something like
Yeah,
that.